You never know the challenges that people are facing. People's bodies are very different. People can get sick and have an illness that will affect their body weight. That exists for people. That happens. Hey sluts, and welcome back to another video. If you guys have not followed me on my Instagram or my TikTok, it'll be somewhere up here on the screen. Go ahead and follow me, you guys. I would greatly appreciate it. And what are we going to be talking about today? This is a very serious topic. This is a topic that's been a year in the making. Actually, a little bit over a year. I'd say a little bit over a year in the making. And obviously, by the title, by the thumbnail, y'all already know what I'm talking about. And the girls that get me, we see each other and we know what this conversation is going to be about. And it's a very serious one. It is a very serious conversation about how we should not be talking about other people's bodies. I know, it's such a new concept, right? We shouldn't be talking about other people's bodies. Literally at all. I have always said this in the most recent years. How we shouldn't be talking about people's bodies. How I would never speak on one of my friends' bodies, whether they're skinny, whether they're thin, whether they're fat, whatever shape they are, I will never treat it as a compliment, treat it as an insult. I will keep my mouth closed. If I notice that you're losing weight, I'm not gonna go, oh my god, you look so great, or oh my god. I'm just not. And I have some personal experience in this that I will share with you guys. But if you guys have been online this week, last week, and even last year, when Wicked came out, and then Wicked for Good this year came out. Obviously, you see I'm wearing green and my little bit of pink. Duh. There were a lot of conversations about Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and it was about their bodies. It was about their bodies. It was about how they were acting in interviews. It was about how they were crying, how their relationship was weird. It was a list of things that people were questioning and didn't like or were concerned about. And I think we need to shut the fuck up. I really think we need to shut the fuck up. We need to shut up about people we do not know about. You know, I'm not in these people's lives whatsoever. So it would be outrageous of me to come up with something inside my brain and put it out there and be like, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. You don't know these people. Shocker, you don't know these people. And even though you may want to believe that you do and you're this kind of mind reader and blah blah, you don't know these people. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what struggles they have in life. You don't know what battles people are battling every fucking day. Including people you see in the camera, including people that I'm seeing right now. Whoever's watching this, you never know the struggles that people are facing on a day-to-day basis. For you to comment on people's bodies, for you to comment on the way that friendships just are, for you to criticize people without having a valid reason, mind you. A lot of you guys are saying, well, they don't look healthy, they're really skinny, they're thin, they're this and that. This is promoting ED disorders, yada yada. It's endless, it's endless. It's fucking endless. Chadwick Boseman, do you guys remember when there were some photos, I believe, that came out where he didn't look, obviously, his best. He didn't look his best. I wasn't gonna question and be like, oh, you're really fucking thin, or oh my god, your face is really fucking ugly because it's really thin, and blah blah. I'm not one of those people that's going to do that. I am not somebody that comments on people's bodies. But during that time, I noticed a lot of people were saying some weird fucking shit about him. And come to find out, guess what? Guess what? After his passing, or I believe it was during or after, I think it was after, I'm almost certain, we found out, guess what? He had cancer. He had cancer. And meanwhile, a lot of you guys were piling on how he looked, on his weight, on how unhealthy he looked, and the whole time this black man was struggling with cancer. No, I really need you to sit on that. I really need you to sit here and imagine people were piling on him for the way he looked. But nobody fucking knew, and by nobody, I mean the fucking losers and the people that are behind the screen being keyboard warriors. Nobody fucking knew that he had cancer, other than maybe the closest people that were around him at the time. Do you feel better about yourself after finding that out? Would you still make those comments? No. That's why we need to shut up. We need to stop talking, especially when it comes to women. We need to stop commenting on women's bodies. When it came to Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande's press tour for Wicked, people would notice, and sometimes, and to even take it a step further, people are this fucking weird. They would edit photos to make them look more sick, more thin, more this and that, to make them look more thin. And you have got to be a sick individual to do that. Personally, you are sick. You are absolutely a sick human being for doing that. And throughout this time, people were commenting on, oh my god, they look so unhealthy. Oh my god, they look really thin. Oh my god, you could see the collarbone. Oh, and it was a bunch of this. You hate women when they're skinny. You hate women when they're fat. You hate women when they're exercising. You hate women when they're not exercising. You hate women when they sleep. You hate women when they don't sleep. You hate women when they open their mouths. You hate women when they don't open their mouths. You hate women when they're crying. You hate women when they're not crying. You hate women that have great relationships and friendships. You hate women that don't have great relationships and friendships. And to put it simply, you hate women. To put it simply, you hate women. It is misogyny. It is based on misogyny. All of this is. Women can't be skinny because, God forbid, people are, you're so skinny, you're so this, twig, blah, 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 blah. Women can't be fat because, oh, you're a fucking fatty, you fucking pig, fatty, lose some weight. But then when the fat girl wants to lose some weight and go to the gym, then it's, oh my god, why are fat people at the fucking gym? That's so disgusting. It's like you can't win a conversation with losers, with these losers. You can't. Just say you simply hate women. Simple as that. Just say you hate women. You hate women when they're skinny, when they're fat, when they're this, when they're that. You simply hate women for existing. That's really what it is. You hate women for existing. You don't know these women. I don't know these women. Personally, I don't know Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. I don't know them. But does that mean that I get to comment on their bodies and comment on how they look and you're this, you're that? Fuck no. Fuck no. Are you joking? You have no idea what these women are going through. You have no idea. What if one of them has cancer? What if one of them is going through exactly what Chadwick Boseman went through? Y'all are only gonna feel bad after the fact. And I'll speak on myself personally because I can actually speak on this topic. Because a lot of you guys, or the haters, should I say, will be like, well, how do you know what they're going through? You're just a big fan of them, blah, 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 blah. Listen, when I can, I will relate to a lot of what I'm saying. When I can, I will absolutely use my voice to speak on what I have dealt with personally. And for a lot of you guys who don't know this, because I don't really talk about it, because I don't really make my platform about it, but I have type 1 diabetes. That is something that I've had since I was 16, 17. Before I was diagnosed with diabetes, I was losing weight, and I didn't know why or how or exactly what was going on. It happened randomly one summer. One summer, I was just losing weight. And I just wondered, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, maybe it's me growing up. Maybe it was me maturing. Maybe it was because it was close to summertime and I was just drinking a lot of water at the time, you know, doing more exercise, I guess you could say, like just being more active. And during that time, I was skinny. I was facing a lot of issues that I did not speak on publicly. And what I mean by publicly, I mean like with my friends, with the close people around me. It was personal stuff that I was dealing with. And till this day, I still remember a lot of what I was dealing with. I still can relive a lot. Even talking about it right now, I am reliving everything that I was going through personally, everything that was happening to me personally. And a lot of people did not know. It's crazy. People were saying the most outlandish shit. And I didn't find out until afterwards. Obviously, people were still like coming up to me and being like, oh my God, are you okay? Oh my God, you don't look so good. And I was completely baffled. I was like, what the actual fuck? And just hearing that shit, hearing what people were saying after I was diagnosed and released from the hospital, finding out even years later what people were saying, my jaw was to the ground. That era of my life was complete hell. And every day when I went to school and I was going to my events and doing what I wanted to do, you know, still living my life normally without knowing what was happening to my body and me, I kept on a smile. I did my studies. I did everything. I pretended everything was fine because I didn't realize that a lot of stuff was wrong. And it is not fun to have people comment on your body. And mind you, at the time, I was skinny. I remember going to the mall, not being able to find a pair of men's pants that would fit me right. So when you guys are going online, talking about, making up these think pieces about celebrities that you don't know, such as Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, it really does hit a certain place of home for me. Because I cannot imagine what they're going through when they start hearing shit like this, which I'm very glad that they either do or try to ignore it. But it is very difficult. You don't know the battles that people are going through. And then you want to talk about how their dynamic is. I don't know if you guys have friends that truly love you and care for you and sometimes are affectionate, or some that are very touchy and affectionate, but I do. Me personally, I do. I have genuine friends that love and care for me and are touchy and affectionate. Without it being weird, obviously. I remember having a friend that was like, a friend that I just knew that we would genuinely cry if we were to talk about each other and how much we mean to each other. We could genuinely cry because we felt so much endless love for each other. You guys do not know what genuine love between friends looks like. And it comes in many, many, many forms and ways. It comes in many ways, you guys. There are some friends that like to joke around with each other and laugh and say, oh my God, I fucking hate you. You're so funny. Ha ha ha. And that's great. That's their dynamic. That's how they show their love to each other. There are friends that are very sweet. Oh my God, I'm so glad you came for me. Thank you so much. They both are showing love to each other. And a lot of you guys do not know what a healthy friendship looks like. This is a project that these two women have put their heart and soul into. I have went to go see Wicked for Good. I saw Wicked last year with one of my friends. I loved it. And after watching the first Wicked, I understood it. I was like, I get it. I get I literally wrote on Letterboxd, I was like, I totally get why Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are crying in interviews. 100% get it, no explanation needed. Because I too would be crying in interviews. Are you joking? Ariana Grande has been wanting this role for her entire life, and clearly a lot of people here know this. Do your research. She has been wanting the role of Glinda her entire life. And she got the role. Of course she's going to be emotional. Are you joking? She's going to pour her heart and soul into this. This is going to be something that's going to be so good and huge and big for her. And Cynthia Erivo got Elphaba, the main character. These people put their heart and souls into a film that they both passionately love and care for. And you're going to assume that they aren't going to crack, during an interview and cry about something that's so deep to them. And we can even go into what the film really is about. Like, are you joking? And you're gonna call it weird and this and that. And it's not weird. It's raw emotion that we're seeing. It's raw feelings. It's raw emotions. It's raw love for each other and a project that they love. It's human connection. I feel it radiating through my screen when I watch an interview and they're crying. And they're talking about each other. And then you have people that are online talking about, when all this Wicked stuff is over in the next 2 years, they're gonna have a fallout, blah, 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 blah. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Genuinely, what is wrong with you? And this all ties into misogyny. Let's say it all ties into misogyny. It does. You hate women. You hate women when they simply breathe and exist. You do. That's the world that we live in. What do you mean you're already being like, in 2 years when the Wicked era is over and Arya and Cynthia Erivo and blah, 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 they're gonna... Huh? You don't know these people. Mind you, you don't know these people. What are you talking about? We genuinely need to shut the fuck up about people's body weights, especially women. Because genuinely, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Women can't exist. Women can't feel raw emotion. Women can't cry on screen. Women can't show love. Women can't lose weight. Women can't gain weight. Women can't do anything. According to y'all, they can't do anything. Like, genuinely, shut up. Like, why are we talking about people's weights? You never know the battles that people are going through and the struggles they may face. Are you joking? It's really disgusting. It's really sad to see how people are treating these two women who have unconditional love for each other. I see it on the screen all the time. Who care so much about a film and a project they've done and put their heart and soul into it. And who are just simply out there existing. You guys have never had a true, deep love friendship with somebody. Some of you guys don't have genuine, raw, loving friends. And so when you see that on interviews, you go, oh my god, what the fuck? That's so weird. That's so weird. What the fuck? They're so weird. They're so weird. You are so depraved of genuine love that it's hard for you to even see it in your face. You don't know these women. You don't know what these women are going through. You don't know how big their love and friendship is with each other. You don't know this shit. So why do you feel the need to be an expert in talking about it so much? We need to leave people alone. We need to stop talking about women's bodies. Point blank period. We need to. No matter what. You never know what people are going through. And it's all rooted in misogyny. It is. And the moral of this video is you never know what people are going through. You never know the battles they're fighting. You never know the challenges they're going through. And the world just needs a lot more compassion and kindness and love towards people instead of unnecessary comments and hatred. That is it for this video. I truly am going to feel like I'm repeating myself. I think I've addressed everything in this video that I need to. It is disgusting seeing a lot of this. You know, and I want to say this. Even if I wasn't a fan of Ariana Grande or Cynthia Erivo, I would still be standing up for them the exact same way. Because no matter what, this is not something that's new. This is not something that one person has gone through. A lot of people have gone through this. A lot of women have experienced misogyny and a lot of hatred. A lot of women have experienced people talking about their weight. And also, one more thing. Before I have people on here talking about, well, I can speak on this because I went through this and that. I went through this, blah, blah. You went through something that was traumatic and big. You know, if we're talking about ED, eating disorders, you went through something that was like overwhelming. But just because you went through that and you can admit it and you got out on the other side and you're better now and you're doing better, that's great. I'm proud of you. Just because you have done that and that's your truth, your experience, doesn't mean that you get to push or project that onto people that have not spoken about their own ED or whatever they have going on. I can't go around and say, oh, well, I have diabetes and I went through this, and this, and I know the factors of it, and I think you have it. No. Are you insane? No. You cannot do that. While you went through something and it is valid and it is your truth, I respect that. You cannot say that about somebody else that hasn't even said, hey, I have this going on. Hey, I have this. Hasn't even said nothing on that. You cannot be saying that. You don't know these people. Point blank period. You don't know these people. That is it for this video, you guys. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Also, go watch Wicked for Good. I had the time of my life. I cried, I laughed, I smiled. I bawled my eyes out. It was truly emotional and impactful for me. I'm actually going to go see it a third time today. I'm going to go see it a third time today, and I will be going out of the movie theaters bawling my eyes out and having a blast. Go get your tickets and go watch it. And the next time you think about speaking on somebody's weight or commenting on it, hey, don't. Hold my hands, and we'll say this together. I will not accept a life I do not deserve. And I will see you guys in the next video.